Oh, damn. Yes, man. You just missed Christopher Titus. Yeah, no, he was just right here. He was on the show and played our game and everything. Yeah, it was really fun.
Hey, yes, man, we got an email for you. Would you like to hear it? Okay. This is from Greg. Greg asks, please ask the yes man if he likes... Play it for him for a few times to see to make sure.
It's a new character. No, it's not. New character. Fuck you, man. No. This is fuck Bryce and his stupid screaming thing. This is not a funny bit. This is a bad bit, and it shouldn't exist. I swear to God, Bryce, if you play this shit after Halloween, it's on sight. Like, I'm gonna fucking hit you. I'm gonna, this is a physical fight. If you play it after, I'll see you later.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, here, I gotta grab another water. I'll be right back.
Thank you for playing along, Justin. Look, I promise I'm gonna delete it. You know, it's this is our Halloween episode. Oops, all Halloween episodes.
All right, you want to know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm just telling you. Like, if it's after Halloween and I hear the goddamn screaming sound, because I know, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen, especially now that I've done a bit about it. Now all you're going to do is get a bunch of emails of like, oh, hi, my dog is lost. If somebody can please, and then like, it's going to have like a sound direction for you, like play the scream sound. Like, I know that that's going to happen, and everyone's going to think it's real funny that I'm getting real mad about the fact that the sound effect is creepy and weird, and I don't like it. But I'm just saying, you know what's going to happen.
Okay.
There we go.
We're in the we're in the zone.
We're fine now.
We're before the line, but the line's coming up. I get it.
Look, I don't like scary movies. I don't like the blood-curdling scream sound effect. It's just not my favorite thing in the world. Let's just move on.
Just saying, I'm a race car in the red. That's all I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
Saying.
I just,
the blood-curdling scream. Nobody likes a blood-curdling scream.
He's like, I'm the one.
I'm moving.
Every time my
turning
finger
it up.
touches that soundboard, I'm super like TNT. I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker.
No, you can play it. You can play it for this episode. It's the Halloween episode. I gotta understand that there's gonna be a blood-curdling scream on the Halloween episode, but I'm just saying. This is it. You turn it into a pumpkin. Okay. Oh shit! Is Cinderella a Halloween story?
Well, she doesn't.
And she played around in the soot.
And there's rats and shit. Rats are pretty Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Fairy godmothers. That's basically a clean witch.
That's a ghost.
It's a clean ghost witch. Oh shit! All right, hey, good stuff today. Let's take a look at Showbot. I was talking about Showbot.tv. Here we go. Some of the ones
that 1 week from today, the world is gonna calm down.
Yep.
That's 1 week from today.
Exactly what's going to happen. I'm sure.
Done.
Everybody hold your breath. No one's gonna care about politics anymore. 1 week from today.
All right, we've got some show titles here on attack.showbot.tv like Rub-a-dub-dub, Study Farts in a Sub.
That's not bad.
That's pretty epic.
Fauci, the king of spaghetti.
Fauci, king of spaghetti is pretty good.
Wait, hold on. Before we go any further, Bryce, what nationality do you think Fauci sounds like?
It is not for me to guess what this man who I have not heard speak may or may not be descended
from.
Wait,
you've never heard?
First of all, you play some Dr. Fauci right now. Just type in CNN Dr. Fauci.
Okay.
And get ready for the bargain.
I don't.
You're Dr. Fausti right here.
I just don't listen to the fake news. Is the thing. So,
Bryce, I'm the devil, and I'm here to make a bargain with you.
The bargain is you will not receive the COVID, but you must wear a mask all the time.
Let's see, CNN.com here. Is this gonna play anything? Do we have ad blockers on and it's not going to play anything now?
The president again last night called you a Democrat to disparage you, and it's not the
Questioned
first time,
your
right?
ability to measure why spaghetti breaks in multiple pieces.
President Trump today ate a full thing of spaghetti to prove that you're fake.
It's not relevant to what you do. But he keeps saying this to disparage you, to kind of bring your reputation down among people to whom that would seem to be
Spaghetti.
negative. Do you think he's trying to get you to quit?
I don't think so, Aaron. I don't pay attention to that kind of thing, and I have the ability that I've had for a long time to just focus like a laser on what
Oh, the
while you're
laser.
looking while looking at a beautiful
Looking at
painting.
a laser.
Focus like a laser on the hand while you're
focused
looking
like
at
a laser.
Kandinsky.
and the welfare of the American public. That's all I concentrate
Wool
on.
is wool.
These
Okay,
other-
okay.
It's all I talk about is Paul is Don
Newman's own
Mattingly.
dressing. I love it.
Yeah.
That's all I talk about.
I love the Yankees. I love the Rangers. I love the Mets.
I love the hot dogs.
I
at
love a
Coney
big
Island.
old pasta fazool. I love
I love dodging bullets. I love ratting on my friends.
I love Leonardo da Vinci. I love
Okay.
I love codes of silence.
Let's see. The first joke is always free. Submarine hotbox theory. Semen farts, which I think was walked over by a little bit. That would have been
shit.
a good one.
Yeah.
The science community of Titus Bryan and Young. Titus Brushwood and Young. Vikings and mimes. That's pretty good. Timeshare layer. Grinch dropping. Club Titus. Pants not required. Bleeding while looking at a Norman Rockwell. Comedy is not yelling into a laptop.
I mean, to each their
I mean, first couple years of this show, I'm just saying.
Stalactitis. Ah, there you go. My jokes cost money. Night attack. It's only $10. Fuckos. Jokes cost money. MFR. Brian doesn't do lines. Oh, Brian doesn't do lines. I was like, well, yeah, Brian doesn't do lines. What the fuck? Of course he does.
He doth protest too much.
Hey bossing the ballot. Hey bossing the polls. Nobel Razzies.
Katana dick hole hypothesis is pretty good.
Fart-based attack ads. A study to find out the French are dicks. The killing fields of the Arc de Triomphe is very good. Let's see. The Fauchinator. No more Shaggy, only Fauci.
Maplethorpe at the pediatricians.
Da Vinci's with freaking laser beams attacking their hands. Raise your pommels. How do we expense this? Fuck you, Charles de Gaulle.
Charles de Gaulle's pretty good.
Brushwood Young et al. Titus's testis suck. I'm done with science. The boys break Chris. That fucker hates the French. Let's see. 6 degrees of marrow bar. When I told everyone in the Discord that we had booked Titus on this, immediately I told it in 2 different channels. First in the patrons only channel, and then in the public channel. And both times, the immediate response was, "Did Meryl help you book this?" The answer is yes.
Let's just say if one of the writers from Harley Quinn shows up next week, you'll know who the Magic Man was. No, but in all seriousness, big credit to Meryl for hooking this up. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He is a good egg.
My AI said this episode was great. Alone in the lair with Titus. No more Shuggy impressions. No, we don't need to do that one. We're not a titty bar. Jacko Sicario?
Sicario Jackie Sicario is one of the comedians that is doing a show, but it's like Jack O'Lantern. You're working.
It's a pun. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Low budget Penn and Teller drive-by voting. There you go. Hearth and votes. I'm gonna. I know it's not gonna be, but that's
pretty good.
Dunning-Kruger effect. Well, a vicious cycle of moronic bullshit. All right, so this is farts. Farts in a sub. Farts on a submarine. Farts over soldiers. Fart air. Not all papers are about AIDS.
That's true. That's actually a fact.
Let's see here. Just scroll a little bit faster here. Got a lot of good
Science
stuff.
stupid as hell.
Who boos the booers is actually something that I really like. I was particularly proud of who boos the booers.
All right, let's go to the top here. We got a lot of good titles today.
Rub-a-dub-dub study farts in a sub is like not only really, really good, but also was that even a joke? Like I think that was just a chat room original, right?
I think it was.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really
Fauci,
funny.
king of spaghetti. Like I want to know what that story is.
That's a fair point. We might, but we'd have to go colon, like Fauci colon the king of spaghetti.
I'm cool with that. You guys
Sure.
cool with that? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you to Renaigu and everyone who submits show titles using the Bang Us command in the chat room. I can write an email now unless someone needs to go take a break.
You know what? I should.
Go check in on how you're doing and
exactly.
hurry back.
Yeah.
We'll write an email and
Go. Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was a good episode.
Wow, that went really well.
Mhm.
I guess I still have some kind of residual PTSD about having people we've never had on before that are like famous.
Yeah. I definitely was very stressed today, in part because of this today.
Yeah.
Only because I think it was mostly because it was a last not a last minute booking, but it ended up being very close to the day. Normally we don't have people where we say, well, we're free in 24, 48 hours, and they say let's do that. Normally they say let's maybe over a week. But yeah, that was great. He was awesome. It's great seeing his set. Yeah, and I'm glad you guys talked about his studio because looking at it, I mean, it looks cool. It's great that they're doing all those safety precautions.
It looks so great, and the fact that he's doing set dressing for each act is so rad and cool. Jahandar says, who gave Justin PTSD? No one in particular, but you want to know what I did realize? Holy shit, is this so much easier to do when we have Opal? Oh my fucking God. Because this is the first time I think we've stress tested having somebody that we're not friends with. Like we've had Romney and stuff like that. So we've had like more famous-y people on since Opal, but
I think Romney was on Skype even. I think Romney was
he
still
on Skype?
yeah.
Oh shit. But even then, Romney's fucking family, right? So it's like we could fuck around and do whatever we want. And like if the show wasn't the funniest Romney episode, it wasn't the end of the world because we've had a lot of funny Romney episodes. But that was one of them where it was like it would have been a bummer if we were cutting each other off on Skype. Like there were a lot of moments where there was like these little runners and building things, and it's like, fuck, you know where that money went with Opal when you have the ability to talk over each other like that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you guys like for it ended up being like a relatively short episode also. Like but it didn't feel short.
You want to know what?
It didn't feel short.
Because he came on early. So I don't
right.
Because he showed up like 20 minutes early, and then I think because that's when he was like, oh geez, how many more questions? I was like looking at the clock and I'm like, oh, for him, he's been on an hour.
Yeah.
Right, and so I was like,
the tech call time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but no, it was great. I think it was tight. It was funny. It was really good. He seemed like he had a great time. So, man, thumbs up. Everybody go hit. Oh yeah, by the way, this is our own. This is when we secretly like flex the fact that we have Twitter juice. Everybody go follow Christopher Titus on Twitter
at Titus Nation on Twitter.
There we go. At Titus Nation on Twitter, and just say loved you on Night Attack. You should come back soon. Let's hit him up on that.
And check out his Combustion Live stuff. That Halloween show he was talking about with Jackie Cation. I love Jackie Cation, and I have not seen any of her comedy in a very long time. I remember watching, I think she had a Comedy Central Presents, which was great. I remember at least watching a lot of those and remembering that was like a standout one for me, and then like not seeing her much ever since then. So I'm definitely gonna check this out. But yeah, give him some hangs.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's the currency of Twitter, you know. Holy shit, I got so many hangs on that tweet.
Good hangs, bro.
Brian?
How we
Did you
doing?
get the hat trick?
Like worse than the first 2 times combined.
Christ almighty.
My God. Do you
Like-
need to peace out? Like,
I mean,
You should hang out for 3 minutes while I write an email and then go home.
Well, I mean, you know how you feel fine shortly after you throw up, and then
Feel
you
better
don't
after you throw up.
Well, yeah,
Tell you what.
right. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I guess I get to scratch out an item on my calorie counter app. Like,
yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I like to imagine you ate.
where did you get it from?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I had, I assumed it. Well, the problem is like, you know, I had those sodas, and then like near the end of the show, I was like, man, I just really want more water. And then I saw the Gatorade. I was like, oh, that sounds perfect. And then I definitely just, it's like at first it was just kind of a little bit of a blap. And then you know, there's that kind of that moment.
Oh,
like,
you got that volume liquid, so it does like the big splash.
the big, just like that's when you know you're doing it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they're like, well, am I just sort of like forcing this? Am I thinking it and causing it? And then there's that one time where it's that full body flex, and you're like, and it keeps on going so long that you're kind of like mentally stepping back, like, this isn't my doing. like this is somebody downstairs calling this one in. Impossible botulism.
Dude, that's crazy. So wait, is it a place that you've gone before?
Yeah, but you know, I mean, at first, I mean, it makes me wonder if maybe it's something. I mean, last time I thought it must have been something I ate. It turned out to be COVID. So, yeah. Hopefully everything feels better.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking wicked. That's not good. I can't remember the last time that I puked from like food poisoning or something like that. Like, I'm not a big puker in general, but like,
Well, it didn't feel like food poisoning. I guess really I'll have to keep an eye on my poops. But everything downstairs has been fine. But it was just sort of a grumbly belly about an hour after I had that burger, and then a couple of yaks beforehand, and then a couple of yucks on the show, and then back to the yakking.
Just a little.
Yucks and yaks. Brian Brushwood's making you laugh and then puking his guts out. Yucks and yaks.
Yeah. So I don't know. I wasn't really worried until that just now vomit. That was like, that felt like ooh, that's the kind of like, for serious, something's up. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, for your health, please feel.
We will wait until after this email is written. Bryce is writing an email.
please.
He says, "Just please, for the love of God."
Oh, I thought I heard a Bryce squeak, and I thought that meant that was Bryce sticking his head up.
Almost there.
Man, how funny is that fucking scream sound effect though? Now, huh? Is that a really funny scream sound effect?
I like to Sean
you
underscore
fucking
L.
cunt.
Don't-
Says, get that man a ginger White Claw stats.
Have you broken the seal on the booze? I know that you are also no booze.
Yeah, I have, but just like I did. I bought White Claw, but didn't even have it tonight because my belly was silly.
Yeah.
But I have like you know, I'll go to Torchy's or whatever, have something with the taco. Trying to
you're back.
ease,
You're
but
fucking
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Back at the Torchies.
I mean, I definitely had a beverage while I waited for the fucking vote, the chance to vote
for your franchise. Your franchise.
And then I hit. I told you I hit legend on the
You
the
did,
stone.
yeah. You were on. What was the deck? Or we didn't get to the deck.
It's a broom paladin, which is kind of fun. It's one of those decks where you got that little dude that's a 1/1 that jumps out and then pops someone in the eye, and then you cast a spell and he jumps back. And so you get to this point where you have a hand filled with 9 zero-cost Librams, and you've got one dude that's a 1/1 that will poke someone in the eye. And so it's like this dude's sitting pretty with all the health, all the guy. He drops like a monster, 9/9, and then you just go boop,
bing,
boop,
bing,
boop.
bing.
And it's like you have to make like 25 turns in one. You have to do 25 card plays in the span of one standard turn.
Dude, that's intense on mobile, because mobile can be a little difficult with that. So hats off to getting Legend with that deck.
Rats off to you.
Yeah.
All right, go home.
Okay, all right, I'm going to go home. You guys have a good time.
Feel
Man,
better
it's
soon.
really weird because I mean, outside of the belly, I feel fine. So, anyway, bye.
Everyone say goodbye to Brian.
Should I?
Oh, wait, hold
should I
on.
get a
No,
COVID
no,
test?
you-
Should I see if I can be number
you,
5?
You hold on for 2 seconds so I can pee, and then I can.
Okay, I'll
Okay,
hold on. Hold
okay.
on. Okay.
No, don't get a COVID test.
Yeah, I agree. That does seem a little.
You don't.
Yeah.
It
Plus
wouldn't-
also,
it wouldn't
you could
be-
test positive. It wouldn't be effective anyway because you can test positive for 3 months afterwards.
Right. You're right. You have COVID
Yeah,
still.
yeah,
So
right.
Check it out.
That's a good point. I literally have the disease running around on there somewhere.
Without getting into details, I'm going to say that this cold weather fucking sucks because a lot of personal plans that I had, especially for this week, are probably not going to happen.
That's a bummer.
But we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I hate the cold, you know? I don't think I have like seasonal affective disorder. I just don't like the cold.
I love it because, as a matter of fact, I don't know. There's something about I don't in general like nostalgia, but except for when autumn comes in, I just get good feelings. Like I forget what autumn. I forget what mild, cool weather is. And then
Is it a
comes in.
Thanksgiving association?
Yeah, I think I just have lots of good vibes, good memories with being indoors in chilly weather and stuff. And in fact, I noticed even if it's not chilly, just with the sun, because
Sets earlier.
well, but also it never gets as high in the sky. So it's like at noon, you notice like, why does it look so weird? It's like because the sun is, it's never made it quite overhead.
Yeah, and it's been cloudy the past few days too, which makes lighting weird. I think the lighting is more of a weird thing for me, but maybe that is a part of seasonal affective disorder.
Maybe, but you do get the blues, the sort of.
I wouldn't consider myself someone who does, but today was just it's just a weird day today, and so maybe that was a part of it. There were other things, but I don't like the cold. I grew up in Virginia where it gets hot and it gets cold.
Yeah.
And I prefer the heat, Like I remember when I first moved out here, and then that would have been in September.
No,
and we had like freezing rain very shortly after that.
No, I like it when it gets cold because I get layers and choices. I get to play dress up and all that stuff, and it's like you just don't get to do that in the summer. It's like if I could, I'd wear shorts, but you know.
And see, I don't mind sweating, so I'll wear jackets or light hoodies and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right, J-Man's back. Go
Get the
go
hell
rest,
out of here.
Go rest your
Be
soup.
safe.
All right,
Yes.
so we're pretty sure I don't have COVID again.
We know that you still have COVID.
Okay. Oh, that's right. We're pretty sure. Hey guys, I've got COVID. All right, I'll see you.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Sign is letting us know that he's doing. They're doing a thing this Sunday. It looks like they've got a new thing on.
Hold on. Let me take a look.
The memetic.
Sorry, I didn't read your thing, Sign. I was
it a
just
last
trying to
minute
get
thing?
to my mom joke. No, I saw it. It was down there at the bottom. I didn't know it was the only other thing. It was just as far as I had scrolled down.
Oh yeah.
But sup D Clizzy, this Sunday I'm launching the Memetic Multimedia Matinee, a live riff show I host in VR. It's Mystery Science Theater Hour 3000 meets YouTube poop, and it's powered by you. Help me out by sending me the highest quality YouTube trash you can find at mmm.sign.com. That is SCYNE.com. As long as it's Twitch TOS friendly, it's fair game. You can help by joining my Discord at discord.sign.com. Love y'all. P.S. I moved to Georgia. Well,
Oh wow.
I bet you Georgia's on your mind.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that. Sign, of course, one of the goodies.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being rad.
Yeah.
Sorry, no offense meant in not reading your thing. I was trying to just get to the joke
So the
with
Gloria
my
Young
mom,
bit.
and I didn't want to skip Meeks because no offense sign, but Meeks has been here for, I think third longest after me and Brian. So,
yeah. Did you come up with "Make America Motherly Again," Mama?
no,
That's very.
that
that's
was
very good, King Joey.
I try to stay away
Give
from
yourself one of
any
Oh, Make America.
MAGA.
Yeah.
I think even fucking around with it just gives people an idea, and I just don't want to have that conversation.
It's one of those things. I listen to the Your Kickstarter Sucks podcast, and they talk about those a lot. Where it's like, oh, it's a MAGA hat, but instead it says "Make Donald Trump tiny hands again" or something.
Yeah.
And like they point out, like, hey, if you're more than like 10 fucking feet away, it just looks like a fucking MAGA hat because you can't read it.
Well, that's what Ashley got me a thing for the first season of Raise the Dead, where it was "Get America Moving Again," and that was Kennedy's slogan, but it was a MAGA hat thing. And then I just realized that it's like, if I just have a fucking MAGA hat on my thing, then like anybody who comes in that's like a handyman or internet guys or whatever, or friends, it's like, now I got to do the explanation. And it's like, I don't mind doing the explanation if it's somebody that I want to talk to about it. But if I literally just want to like have it's
Yeah.
Look,
It's more headache
political,
to get to.
political.
Yeah.
And by the way, it would be the same thing if it was at like an Obama but it was a fucking a QAnon Q or something, like whatever.
Now that would be fun. Now that would be funny. No.
Now we're talking.
Now I'm into that one. No.
But yeah, no, it's not. I really don't want this to be a thing about like who gets harassed or whatever. Like, it's just more like being very aware of political fault lines gives me the gift of not having conversations I don't want to have. And so I walk my
you walk
walk
a
my
lonely
path.
road. Do you want to do a little bit of entertainment news?
Let's entertain.
We did talk about this briefly on Cord Killers, but there's a little bit new details. You saw the new James Bond film, No Time to Die. MGM was fielding bids from names like Netflix and Apple to get a 1-year license to the Bond film, which is still done but is not out yet because of coronavirus. The streamers were saying we might pay about $250 to $300 million for that film. And MGM said we're looking for $600 to $800 million for this flick, which is insane to me. But it's been weird that this bidding is happening very publicly, of like, or just these rumors are going out because I mean, it makes sense.
Well,
right?
all right. No, so Bryce, let's play the game.
Sure.
Who's leaking this? Who benefits from this being made public?
Well, see, if you had Netflix and Apple on the line, both who Netflix has a history of spending money and Apple is looking to spend new money, those would be the targets, right? Those would be the people you would be like, well, let's. Those would be, I think, on the top of my list.
This is Netflix or Apple leaking it. Or one of the producers that's involved that just wants a deal to be made so it gets released. Or we'll see more money if on top of the deal they've already made with the studios, they also get some of the back end that comes from any ancillary deal. But it's somebody that's not MGM. I will assure you that it's not MGM that's leaking that they like, because who benefits by this being out? Now, immediately, everybody wants it on Netflix, right? Or wants it on Apple.
I'd
so
pay to get to Netflix to watch the new James Bond for $15.
Or I already have it, or whatever. Like, it's very accessible, and I already have now it's a value add of like, oh shit, the new James Bond's on fucking Netflix, rad, as opposed to like, James Bond is coming to VOD. What the fuck's that? It's gonna cost $50, and you're like, that's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of money.
Like, and that's probably the kind of shit that they're looking at now, because what's been the biggest thing to come out? What, Mulan, right?
Mulan, I guess, or I mean, Trolls did go premium VOD and did well. Did well, it seemed.
But we're in that. We're not in Bond level yet. Like
Right.
Bond,
Maybe Borat,
Black
or
Widow.
Bill and Ted. But I feel like Bill and Ted and
Bill
Borat
and
are
Ted
both
is
like
still
derivatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Borat.
Did you see Borat?
I did.
What'd you think about Borat? Really?
Not because it's not doing Borat things. I honestly think it's more of like I've changed and Borat hasn't. And also it's like, Bryce,
Yes.
I've got some real where are we punching questions with Borat. Like real like are we punching up or are we punching down when it's like the new commercial Walmart meets Sony meets Apple mega conglomerate is teaming with the guy who isn't the scrappy young upstart. He's a very established, well-known, mega famous, mega rich guy to talk about how shitty, not a fake country that maybe has some like aspects, but like a real fucking
Real
country,
people, yeah.
real people, and are like, I got some where are we punching questions is all I'll say. And like I get that it's like, oh, but we're punching up to Donald Trump, and it's like, are we?
Well, yeah, and
Are we?
most of that film is targeted at maybe not everyday people, but non-politicians mostly, save Rudolph Giuliani. I think of the arguments that I've heard in critical of Borat, I think that's one I hadn't really considered very much, and I think it's better than I don't know, people calling into question just the entire conceit of fucking parody and pranks.
Well, look, it's a YouTube prank video. Like it has no journalistic like expectation. Like there's they're gonna edit whatever they're getting to be the most shocking, salacious, hilarious version of what they got. I think if that's what they got with Rudy, they didn't really get much.
Right. I thought
that's
I mean the big moment at the end of that sequence, I feel like is not as powerful as all of the news may have
I was
led you to.
shocked that was the end. I thought that was more of a mid,
Right.
as it was described. I thought that was more of a middle of the movie bit.
But the handsy stuff, I don't believe that Giuliani at any point was told that she was supposed to be 15 like her character is, because she doesn't fucking look 15. But I do think that
she's fucking a hot chick in her mid-20s. Who, by the way, like, let me just say this: Rudy would hit it 100%. Rudy would try and hit it. Like, yes, he would absolutely try and hit it. If she then grabbed his dick or something like that, like, yes, like that would be a thing.
But the handsy stuff, him getting kind of handsy, that
Creepy.
I think was way creepier than what legitimately looked like him being an old man tucking his shirt into his pants.
Because guess what? Old fat guys don't like bending over for any reason. Like, it's not a pleasant experience. They don't like it. And so if he's going to tuck his shirt in, he'd rather fucking lean on the back of the bed. That being said, I will say this. It works at its best as a drama.
Sure. I think the plot is actually like good.
The plot's better than Borat 1.
Yeah.
Like the shit with the daughter, it's like, and again, I don't quite get the like Borat 2 is the most feminist film of the year when the lesson is that girls don't need to live in cages.
But Kath Barbadoro had a very good tweet that I liked about the film, of like recognizing like, hey, this is not a major let's talk about society thing. This is a funny thing where where they go to an abortion priest and say, yeah, I fucked my daughter and got her pregnant. Like, it's okay if it's just jokes, you know?
Yeah. Oh, no. I think the best parts of the movie were the stuff with the daughter. I think she is fucking hilarious. I would love to see more. I'd love to see a spinoff of her doing of her doing shit.
Tutar, the film.
I just have, and again, it's me. It's not, because I went back on the stream and watched the one of the HBO sketches.
The original.
They're the Jew, yeah, they're the Jew down the well. Have you ever seen that bit that he did on the HBO thing?
I mean, that's from the first movie.
No.
Yes, it is. It's the big.
The Jew down the well.
Yeah. And he's in the bar and he's singing with everybody. That's like a big.
That's not from the movie.
That's a big part of the first movie.
I mean,
there was never a
redone it.
Oh, maybe they redid it, but it was a big part of the movie, and I've seen it in the movie, the first movie. Someone in the chat room back me up here. He's.
Oh, you got to know.
I know. I'm gonna type in an incognito window.
This motherfucker said the movie.
And
I just rewatched. No, it's the Ali G show.
No, it wasn't. It was also in the movie, if not.
Where he goes, it was initially. I know for a fact it was initially in the Ali G show. Wow, we got some real fucking Bernstein Bear shit going on right now.
Okay, here we go. Wikipedia. In my country, there is problem. Features in the episode piece of the show. It appeared in a soundtrack, but it is in the movie. I saw it in the movie too. No. It was in the movie.
Is it now? Well, why don't you find it in the Wikipedia then, Rib Tibbs?
I saw it. I'm gonna film.
I
mean, it's on the soundtrack to the film.
Yeah, isn't it?
Fuck you. Oh man. All right. Well, I don't know. I because I've never seen the show. I've never seen the Ali G show. How would
You might have seen the clip online. You might have seen the YouTube clip. Oh, he's saying the anthem at the rodeo, but that's not Throw the Jew Down the Well. Throw the Jew Down the Well is his. Yes, he does a singing bit in the movie. That is 100% true. But the HBO bit is this.
I could tell that this is like HBO, just the way it's been shot. But I know that he then redoes it in the movie or something.
No, he sings the like Kazakh national anthem at like the Houston rodeo or some shit like that.
Okay. Weird. That's very weird. I just assumed that was okay. You're right, I guess. All right.
Looks like Bryce is going as Rib Tibbs for Halloween.
I'm gonna admit it. The Science says the clip is from 2006. Sir Palmer Courtney says I'm right. The clip went viral when the movie was getting hyped. Science says it's in the movie. I don't know, man.
Wait, no, the same song? I mean,
he goes to a bar and does the song. Yes.
He does not go to a bar and do the song.
Yes,
he doesn't sing "Throw the Jew Down the Well" in the movie.
He does. I've never seen the show.
All right, well, how does the song go then?
I'm not gonna do it because I'm
song.
not into. No. Da 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 da. Like that's the most I'm gonna give you.
Do the verse where it's not talking about anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
All right, Sign's got a YouTube. Is that?
He's got this same clip from looks like TV show. The TV show.
That's from the Ali G show.
I agree.
Have you never seen this then?
I've never seen the Ali G show, but I know the clip. Right? I know the clip.
So you know this clip.
Throw the Jew down the well.
I swear this is from. He does it in the film. I agree that this looks like a pre-film HBO clip.
This is from the show.
From the show, yes.
This I'm telling you 100%. This is from the show.
I agree. Hold on, maybe HTTPS says maybe you're thinking about this clip.
I think this is the Kazakh anthem at the rodeo, probably. Yes.
I remember this. I do remember that discreetly from. I remember two bits of datum.
Yeah.
All right.
So wait, are you willing to say that you're wrong yet, or are you still gonna flail around a little bit? Where are we at? Just how much longer do we need to go before you admit that this is your rib tips?
This is at best a Berenstein Bears.
Okay, so more flailing. Okay, all right.
No,
do your
all
fail
right,
Googling.
all right. No,
keep fail Googling.
look, it's just the two of us. I'm gonna re-engage here.
That's fine.
I believe. Look, I didn't see the Ali G show, but I could have seen that clip, and there we go.
So what did you think? What was your overall takeaway of Borat 2?
I thought it was pretty good. The thing I was very distracted by how they shot it, because there are a lot of like the
Actors.
It seemed like there were a lot of actors or a lot of people who were way more in on the joke than
I think if you look at what time frame they had to shoot that, I don't think you could get that movie done in time, because it's if they're doing a script written about the election, it had to come out last week or this week, right? Like,
you think the original story was going to be about the election and not obviously what it turned into with the COVID stuff?
I mean,
because some of those filmings were. Obviously, part of that film was filmed pre-COVID, but it does seem like the start of that was, if not late 2019, the beginning of 2020.
No, I think it was a political movie. I think the COVID stuff comes after.
Sure.
So it's like, if anything's added, then yes, it's a movie about Borat trying to sell his daughter to the Trump administration, right? And then COVID hits, and it becomes whatever it becomes.
Yeah. There's the woman who babysits Tudor, before the surgery. Like, the story is that she legitimately did not know and believed that, it was a documentary about an immigrant girl, being thrown into an arranged marriage mail order thing. And like, look, man, if you have enough footage, you can cut shit to look a certain way, right? Like, you look at when she goes into that empowering conservative women lecture, like, that is chopped and screwed 8 ways to Sunday. Oh yeah, you can see it visually, just how it doesn't line up right. So, like, I think, but that's part of reality TV, right? That's a little part of reality TV where you don't have a lot of coverage. You're working with what you got, or you're undercover and stuff. So, I think there's some amount of coaching. But I also think, like, he's been doing it a long time. I think they know exactly what to say so that people get on board and get comfortable with the things that are going on. But there was a lot. It certainly felt more guided, I guess is the thing. It felt more guided because it felt very good. It felt almost picture perfect in a lot of the coverage that they got.
In two specific moments, with the babysitter and with the rednecks. Like, those were the moments where it's like, all right, you want to know what, if these guys are actors, because it's like
you walked up to a guy on the street and said, "Can I stay with you?" And then you do for an amount of time, and there are cameramen.
And also, it's like, look, I didn't mind it. it's like it is what it is. They build to their big peaks of like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. The one that fell a little flatter than I think they wanted it to was the musical scene in Borat 2 where he's doing his little Zydeco
at the fair.
Yeah, like his chop him up like the Saudis do and stuff like that.
This clip, because he was on Colbert, I believe, so they actually have like a BTS kind of behind the scenes look at it, and you kind of see that maybe the ending of that scene is not exactly as fun as the film portrays it, right? People rushing the stage, him heading off, the band, the whole thing with like, oh, there's a band, and hey, there's a band with no singer, huh? How serendipitous. So they're in like looks like a ambulance that's doubling as a production vehicle, and he's being swarmed, and they're trying to swarm the door. Yeah, I mean, like, I believe that there's a reality where you have to film this with people who don't know what's going on for sure.
Yes. I remember that clip going viral in political circles when it happened. Of him singing the like, and I forgot the lyrics until I saw the movie again, but it was like, hey, now what you gonna do? Like, top them up like the Saudis do, which I guess it was funny. I remember watching the clip when it first came out. And I'm like, oh, it's pretty funny. Yeah. But that one was something where it's like, I think he wanted, because like, that's a big swing.
Sure.
To go to a thing like that, what you want, because they are keyed the fuck up, what you want is to get them going, and he didn't quite get him going, and he got enough to make it proof positive on the
film.
Movie, on film, but it's like, it was not quite, like throw the Jew down the well, not to go back to a sore subject, but like that clip is hilarious because it's a group of like 20 people, and then by the end of it, you hear what is probably, once you've understood what sounds inside a bar sound like, are probably like 10 to 15 that are singing along. And you're like, oh, okay, well, look at that. 20% now, or 20 people, now 15 people. That's fucking amazing. Oh my God, that's how crazy our world is. Whereas like that one was like, they kept cutting back to, and again, that's like one of those like actor, like, they kept cutting back to those guys.
To the two guys.
Like, that's so great. And it's like, okay, well, this is like, and hey, selling us.
They notice her, and hey, he doesn't get chased off. He goes and confronts her. Like, all of that stuff. There's any number of ways to shoot that stuff out of order where it seems put it together later.
I guess that's the thing, is like, at the end of the day, there's two things that bothered me. Number one, I don't know if now in the sequel that I'm sure fucking raked in was a multi-million-dollar deal between the company and this mega conglomerate, exactly where the like, country is anti-Semitic and poor. Like, that's so great. Like, I just don't know exactly where my conscience is there. And the other thing is that it's like, another thing that's just gonna be a Trump thing. Like, one of the funniest fucking people to like dissect humanity is Sacha Baron Cohen. Like, the funniest shit that happens in Borat and Ali G and that show and the movies and everything is just like the soft moments of bigotry and class and all that. And it's like, I get it. The biggest target is Donald Trump, and he's gonna shoot his missile at the biggest target. But man, like, there is this moment of like, in the Ali G show, the only people that you really, really, really laugh at are the rich and arrogant. And it's like, those are people for whom I think even the rich and arrogant like laughing at. because we all understand these are people that should be fucking diced up. And it's not to say that Donald Trump doesn't deserve to be diced up. It's just, boy, are these a lot of punchlines that fucking Sacha Baron Cohen didn't write. It's a lot of fucking grab him in the pussy, a lot of fucking stuff that has just kind of been out there. And it's like, cool. It was good for what it was. If you're going to make a salad out of those ingredients, that was a good salad. But like, you're like a font of original comedy, my man.
It really feels like all of those moments, those smaller everyday moments, they just didn't get to do. Like, I felt like watching it, and it's it's been fucking 14 years since I've seen the first film. But it did feel like some scenes went on a little longer, maybe, or the punchline was like the debutante ball, which did have its own sort of moments. But the end of that
I almost wish we spent more time at that debutante ball. I like that to me, that was the closest thing to the Borat shit that I love, where it's like, all right, balls out foreigner, literally, with very stuck in their ways Americans. Like, oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Again, rich wealth and class, and class being made uncomfortable. Love it.
And it was very short on that. But I think your framing of it is like, hey, this is if you look at it as a drama, it's fine. It's good. I thought they were good. There were good laughs. I still love when he walks into the synagogue and he goes, "Great weather we are controlling today." Like, that's a golden line in what is kind of ends up being a sort of sweet scene. But
I mean, so all right, here are my thoughts. We're going way deep on Borat too.
Okay, here we go.
I think Sacha Baron Cohen knows that he can't punch down at Kazakhstan in the same way. And that's why he redeems Borat and Kazakhstan for being anti-Semitic by the end of the movie. Like, he has that scene where he redeems Borat and Borat sees that Jews are people.
And the Holocaust happened.
Not learned, right?
Yeah.
Until now. We watch him learn that. And then at the end, Kazakhstan no longer has the running of the Jew. They have the running of the Americans. And so now you've redeemed Kazakhstan for being anti-Semitic. And it's like, okay. Like, you can't do it. So, like, but also it's like, you're going to redeem yourself by doing something hilarious. And I mean that literally, I was laughing very hard. Hilariously anti-Semitic. I don't know. I guess, like, fucking maybe just thinking about race and where my values are on race and where comedy is on race. Like, I mean, fuck, this show is really the biggest thing that fucking did it to me, where it's like jokes that I would have made in the past where, and then all of a sudden, and I know that our crowd is loving and we are all a family and everything. But when I see the irony stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I got to think more about these kinds of jokes. Like you gotta know where you're stepping in the minefield, because it can be very, very, impressive to Baryshnikov through the minefield. But if you just are going to be sloppy about it, then you're going to be sloppy about it, and you're going to get blown up. And so I think that might be part of it, is I've thought so much about fucking where the line of edgelord comedy is, that it affected the movie for me.
I think I never like I don't think the perspective that some, especially comedians, will have of like, well, I'm offensive to everyone. Like a lot of times that just doesn't hold water when put to the test. But I think I do think that like there is certainly a lot of criticism of America in American culture for sure, but I think these films, especially like Borat, do feel like substantial kind of American aimed critiques, and also just like fucking pranks and just almost
And
like
the pranks,
undercover.
the pranks are fucking great, right? Like the pranks are really, really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wonder whether or not that, like, shredding America, is that quite as rare as it was 14 years ago? Because I also feel like that's something that we get. Like, we've got a lot of places that shred America. I mean, like, The Daily Show has been shredding America through, like, 3 hosts now, right?
Sure. I guess in more of an event situation, or a film feature length sort of situation, I guess.
A big ticket shredding of America.
Because I know, like, watching this, it made me feel like, oh wow, like this is actually like a minor cultural event happening with this film. In the same way that, if you kind of remember, at least if your feelings were similar to mine when The Interview, the Seth Rogen and what's his name film came out.
Yep.
On YouTube. I bought it. I think I still own it digitally on YouTube because that's the only place you could get it. That felt like oh, this is like a very shared cultural moment, and I see a lot of parallels between these two films, between the Interview's distribution and Borat 2's distribution, where it's very freely available at it is a little controversial, right? It is very unrestricted in how critical it is of the people depicted in it.
But all right, so one thing before we get into more serious conversation. The Interview, fucking legendary Eminem cameo. In fact, like, if you look, if that movie had come out in theaters, I feel like Eminem would be almost like mostly known in his acting career for that cameo, because like it's
great,
fucking electric. Like he is fucking so intense. He's a good actor. Why isn't Eminem acting more? Like, because obviously he did 8 Mile, which was extraordinarily well received. Then he does the cameo in fucking Funny People, where he plays himself.
I don't think I saw that. Yeah.
He's fucking great in Funny People. And then he does another cameo as himself in The Interview. Fucking hilarious. But to compare this to Borat 2, which I would agree with you for the record, the big thing that binds both of them is they were a massive news story, and then the movie came out. So, like, in a world without shared experiences, where it's very rare that we're all going to watch a trailer and be like, holy shit, we're all going to go.
I mean, it was a groundswell, right? Like, I think anchored by the Giuliani stuff for sure. I mean, I ended up seeing the ending first. I ended up seeing pretty much right about at the Giuliani stuff to the end of the movie, because a Discord server was like doing a group watch and I was late. And then I ended up going back and watching it for real later. I actually thought that made the movie way better.
Just knowing that wasn't going to be a gigantic thing.
And by not having it kind of hang over you the whole time of like, the Giuliani stuff, where's the Giuliani stuff? I actually thought that made it a little better, because you just feel a little looser after that. Gosh, I don't know. It's strange.
I saw that scene before I saw the movie, and so
Okay.
I was not expecting for that scene to be like
explosive.
No.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's my feeling is like there can be a complicated conversation about Borat 2 but I don't think it intends for there to be one. And
yeah, but who wants a complicated conversation about their comedy?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's like volunteering. Excuse me, can we dissect my comedy to find out what my motives are and whether or not they fit appropriately in our hierarchy of money versus power? Like, like I don't think anyone's raising their hand to do that. Everyone is like Ricky Gervais is like, they're jokes, right?
Sure.
But
more than ever, I think we do have a critical eye at sort of this stuff, and I think the questions that that come up are a product of today more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, this is the first movie I've seen in a while where I want to read The Politics of Peace. Normally, like, I don't give a fuck the politics of ants, like the politics of Mulan, whatever. Like, I don't really want to read that because I think it's oftentimes kind of diving into some shit that the creators didn't achieve or didn't want to set out to do. And so it's like, look, you can always take it for whatever you want, but explaining your own point of view on something is kind of like explaining the fact that you too have an asshole and it is unique. Like, this is something where they're very clearly making a political point. And I just think it's a fascinating delivery method for it when it's like, also, it's some shit that like, is there any other character other than Borat that can get away with the shit that a fucking rich British guy gets away with in effectively doing a racial caricature of like of somebody, like of any country and actual nationality? Like, I don't think anyone gets to get away with that anymore. Like, he is unique in that. Like, it's like when we're talking about how Hank Azaria shouldn't do a poo anymore and all that stuff, and I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that these are the conversations that we're having, and like that's fascinating to me. The concept of doing another Borat in 2020 fascinates me. And the fact that we've kind of fast forwarded through that conversation is almost even more interesting.
I think part of it might be that, especially with this being a sequel, with being a follow-up to the original, I think it is such a relatively striking type of delivery and type of storytelling that people who are going to go in, people know what's inside, they know what's in the tin, and they are more likely to self-select, in or out about it. But maybe not. I mean, it seems to be a big thing that everyone's talking about.
I mean, all I know is that if we had a couple celebrities in America that were Kazakhstani American and they had massive followings and they were like, hey, guess what I don't fucking like when I say where I'm from and they scream wah wah wee wah in my face. I think our conversation on Borat would be, if the Kardashians were Kazakhstani and not Armenian, I don't think there'd be a fucking Borat too.
Yeah.
I think that would be a wrap, because you'd see humanity in that in a way that we've seen humanity in a lot of places where comedy is. And it's like, okay, that's led to conversations, whether you agree with them or not, on who should play certain things and exactly what the role of racial comedy is, and whether or not racial comedy should be made by people who at least understand the fucking fault lines of that pain, or they should be run by it or benefit from it financially. These are the conversations that are in play now. And I think that by and large, the vast majority are good conversations to at least have, even if you just listen and say, whatever, I'm going to do it anyway. Like they're good conversations to have. What's interesting is that seems totally non-existent with this.
Yeah.
I have not heard a lot of that.
Yeah, it's very weird. I went back and read up a little bit on the original film, and that original film, the scenes that supposedly take place in Kazakhstan, like I believe all the extras in that scene, or all of the villagers in that scene, were Romani.
Yeah.
And it wasn't shot in Kazakhstan, and obviously not indicative of Kazakhstani life.
No, and he's mocking Soviet bloc, a breakaway republic behavior and stuff like that. Like, there are elements for which, if he made a fake country like he made with like the dictator, for example, like that's a different story, right? Oh yeah, Romanian, not Romani. Yeah.
Is that right?
Romani.
I know that there is a
gypsies,
difference,
yeah.
and my understanding was that the extras in that were Romani, but maybe I am wrong about that. I am about as trustworthy.
Taking fucking yet another L on Borat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyway. I don't know, man. There was some funny stuff in there, and I think
there's some really funny stuff. The fertility dance shit at the debutante ball, that's fucking brilliant. That was really, really funny. I love the daughter. I thought that fucking Sacha Baron Cohen was as good as he could do, because again, the other multiplier difficulty wise is the fact that people know who the fuck he is, and nobody wants to get got by the guy who gets people. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I've said enough words on this fucking movie. Yeah.
Is there anything else you're watching or excited to see coming soon? I guess there's not like films, but
this fucking election, my guy. I need to just get the fuck past this. That is what my goal is right now. Like, I'm working on a few other things that I'm literally just like focusing on to keep sane, because I just need this shit
over
done.
with. Yeah.
I am ready. And again, I don't think that it's going to get any less intense. I do think that we will now move from a speculation story to a news story. And I like a news story. I can, that looks really refreshing right now. Even if it lasts for 7 days, a 7-day news story. Oh, that's fine. Because at that point, I will know the fault lines, and either it's going to be like, boom, fucking what an embarrassment for this guy that everyone I know hates. Or it'll be, oh my God, the fucking villain struck again. Oh, everybody's very angry. But at least I'll know we're gonna change the melody here, instead of like right now it's fucking killing me because we don't even agree on facts. At the end of the day, even if it's he lost, he got robbed, or he won, he stole it, we will all agree that somebody won the game, right? Like, there will be some element of that eventually, even if it's slow developing.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah,
even if it's slow developing, right?
Hopefully.
But like,
God, hopefully.
even then, that's fine. If it's 7 days of like, all right, there were 20,000 votes counted in Allegheny County, and there were 30,000 votes counted, and the Supreme Court's going to rule on blah, 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 blah. Even if it's that, I can just be newsman.
That's
and cover that.
Concrete
right?
words that you can report on.
Like right now, if we're like, Trump has a secret Chinese bank account. It wasn't secret. Hunter Biden's got a laptop in this fucking tape where he's talking about giving money to his dad. None of it's been substantiated. Like, we don't even have the same facts now. We have nowhere near the same facts now. So it's like, even making news decisions of what to cover is a political decision as we live in dual realities.
Right.
So it's like, I am fucking done with that shit.
Yeah. I am glad we're not doing Night Attack on Tuesday next week. Because I know I've mentioned this before, but I had I'm sure you know the story of my 2016 election night, and
I think I remember. I think
Yeah.
I remember talking to you the next day because I came into
maybe.
town. Yeah. You were on.
I was on a date. I was on a first date with somebody.
Yes, a first date. Yeah.
We were at the Redheaded Stepchild, the where Trevor used to work, the little speakeasy here in Austin, and for whatever reason, they like, hey, I'm free on a Tuesday night, and the election's happening, and whatever, let's go get some drinks. And it's this like loud little dark bar, like louder than you're thinking, darker than you're thinking, smaller than you're thinking. So it's very hard to see or talk. And we're talking, and he's talking about Instagram, and I'm talking about fucking whatever. And that's
If
for
I
weird.
remember
That's the only
correctly,
thing.
he was trying to flex on his social clout, and you were like, "Oh, by the way, like fucking like." And you were trying to be a very sweet boy and fucking like oh, that's very nice. That's a very
that's
good
very
thing.
quaint.
That's
Oh,
very cool of you.
someone paid you to go
That's-
to a canyon. Oh,
Yeah,
very
that's
nice.
cool. And you're like, just knowing that you're sitting on fucking like, like a larger social clout than he does.
Yeah. And so at one point, he goes to the bathroom, and I think we had been like, okay, we don't need to look at our phones, obviously, and you don't want to be, but he goes to the bathroom, and I'm sitting there, and I pull out my phone, and I'm starting to see the results, and it's just this damper on everything.
Yeah.
And
Did it kill the mood in the bar? I've heard stories of in America's liberal enclaves, for which I live in and you live in, like that it was just like a moment of celebration. Like somebody it was a surprise party, and the birthday girl got hit by a car on the way there.
It was the thing about Redheaded Stepchild is it is very, very fucking loud in there.
Yeah.
And it was it was a Tuesday night. There were not a lot of people out. And so it was hard. I really couldn't get a sense of what other people were thinking at the time. But it definitely just became a lot of like, this is happening. Okay. Can you believe this is it became kind of a cycle of kind of a vicious cycle of and I drove him, so we also had to have the drive home to go drop him off at where he lived. So
Yeah.
so I am glad that Tuesday night I am unspoken for, only because I will probably just get high all day. I would do some editing all day because we'll have Night Attack on Wednesday, and that's when I usually edit. And then I'll probably just fucking smoke a doink because God, I've voted. I can't even really think about this right
That
now.
ship has sailed, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because I was talking today. I was doing a little like pre-production meeting with like my live audience, and I was like, well, all right, well, what are you guys expecting? What would you guys want? What's like a good
What are good bits that we should do? What are little
or
segments
like
and stuff?
sound effects? Because like what we did 4 years ago is that whenever Trump won, we played the "Come on, Ride the Train" because it was
and ride
yeah.
Woo!
And whenever Hillary won a state, it was because she was the Hill Dogs.
Who let the
It was
dogs
like,
out?
Who let the dogs out? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like we were figuring that out. So by the way, it's Biden is Back in Time by Huey Lewis in the News.
Okay.
And Trump is Macho Man because he fucking loves playing Macho Man at his rallies.
Oh my God! Keep talking. I have to pull up a video that I saw today.
So, but I was like, all right, look, just so you guys know, a lot of what you would expect for me to do last time, I'm gonna have to either figure out clever ways to do stuff, from the Smoky Back Room set, or I'm gonna have to kind of bounce back and forth between the two. So let's figure out what you guys like and what you guys care about. And one of the suggestions, but because of course everybody is in charge of everybody else's free time. It's just like, get Bryce to switch remote, Bryce to switch remote.
Oh.
And I was like, guys, number one, Bryce doesn't work for me. Bryce works for Brian. If Brian wants to do a random thing, then Brian can have an uncomfortable. Brian is always one uncomfortable conversation away from Bryce kind of just doing it, right?
Yeah.
I am an uncomfortable conversation and money away, and even then, like, I'm not gonna invite somebody who, like, this shit is toxic.
Yes.
To like to a lot of people.
Mm-mm.
Like, and I've even had people inside my own orbit that have like worked with me on the show that are like, hey, I gotta fucking step away.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking bad and I don't like it and I don't know what's gonna happen if things go the way that I don't want it to go.
Yeah.
And like,
I really appreciate that stance from you, because like, you know, on the streams and stuff, I'll talk about politics a little bit, but I really don't like diving into it, especially now. But I don't feel super well versed. I know the headlines and I follow people who are into politics and the politics that I subscribe to.
Yeah.
But really, like, all I can do is parrot that, or try to contend with the libertarian stuff or whatever. And like, I'm completely unprepared to respond to any of that.
well, and it's also like, it's fucking work on your day off. Like, I don't want to give you goddamn work on your day off. Like, you know, if it had been floated and you were like, fuck yeah, that'd be great, that'd be fun, then I would be like, well, all right, I'll rethink it. But like, but I assumed that, like, no, he fucking like, it's not. If Bryce were really into the politics stuff, he probably would have been in the chat every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Like it'd be one thing. It's like, if it was like, oh, well, Bryce switched live and Bryce is in the chat and
It's
Bryce
like,
is
oh,
like,
maybe.
oh, maybe. Then it's like, oh, okay, well, that would make sense. But it's like, I'm not gonna fucking, hey man, you want to like work on your day off for a thing that might really stress you the fuck out? Like,
And also, not a day off. I am displacing a lot of other work to do Night Attack on Wednesday. So it's like,
sure, yeah.
But yeah. Okay, I got to show you this video. This is. Have you seen this clip? This is a clip from a rally in Michigan for Trump, I guess.
No, this was today though.
This was today. This was retweeted by at Weed Hitter and from Andrew Solinder here. I'm just gonna play this. You tell me when you realize what we're doing here.
All right,
Political
got
party
it.
controls our government.
Let's go to this.
But whether our government is controlled by the people. For too long, a small group in our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government, while the people have borne the cost. The establishment protected itself, but not the citizens of our country.
The people in chat are
That
saying
all changes, starting right here and right now.
fucking just. How do you get? How does it? For lack of a better word, how does it get so far to the point where you're doing like a
Lose
movie?
it all.
Doing a fucking movie trailer, slow down remix.
I mean, all right. What would? All right. Remove the politics. Remove the politics.
Sure.
Right?
All right.
Two parties: the ice cream party and the cake party. Right? Like this has nothing to do with actual real life things. Would you prefer the party that played the cover of fucking, what was it? Numb Broken?
Numb.
Is that the? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
would you prefer the one that plays the creepy cover of Numb Broken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or another Bruce Springsteen song for the 50 millionth time?
The thing is, the boss is safe. Springsteen feels like it would be safe. I'm not.
Although, by the way, for the record, like I'm describing the Republican Party before and after Trump. Like I'm not describing even the Democrats. Like because it was the Republican Party that would play like "Born in the USA."
Yeah. I guess being a child of that
Numb
methodology,
Encore, not Numb Broken. Sorry, yeah.
Numb
Numb Encore was the fucking. That was the Jay-Z Black album.
Oh, the collab version.
Yeah.
Oh, is it in the end?
Oh, it's in the end.
In the end.
Okay.
Sorry, you're right. Is that not the same thing? Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. I went so far
and
to lose it all. Yeah.
In the
In the end,
okay.
it doesn't even matter.
Weird. For whatever reason, like I'm even looking at the lyrics to "Numb" right now and thought that it was the same song. I've become so. Oh yeah, weird. Okay. Which is better, the creepy movie trailer "Numb"?
By the
In
way,
the end?
how fucking. It's an odd song for a million different reasons. It's an odd song that's like as you're fucking like, I guess unless they end it with like Joe Biden like drooling or whatever, and that's where they hit the like and in the because it's like a cover, so it's a creepy lady singing like in the end doesn't even matter.
No, I think they keep. I think it sounds like they just have the official vocals slowed down. Right?
No, that's a cover. That's a cover.
Is it? Okay. I'm not as familiar with it.
I'm pretty positive that's a cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like, so I was just saying, like, I feel like as a child of kind of that Springsteen Born in the USA methodology of music selection, that just feels safer. But I don't know if that's because it feels like a different, more palatable Republican Party or not, or just political party versus trying to.
Although fucking Biden got the Beastie Boys to sign off on a song in a commercial. Yeah, Sabotage is in a Biden commercial. Pixies and Sabotage are in a Biden commercial. They are courting my demographic. The aging millennial is being courted.
It's weird, man. And you know what's great, like, because there are always stories of like, okay, well, you used music at a rally, or you used it in this trailer, this video, this social media thing, whatever. And I think in the end, it ends up feeling. I feel like those stories are generally not don't really represent say any political shifts, right? I don't think anyone says, the boss said you get a cease and desist. You can't play this song. Like, I don't think that changes anyone's minds. And I think it's such a localized thing that, like, I don't think anyone really cares.
I just think commercials, like, all right, if you're at a fucking rally, that's a good rally video because
it's hype as fuck.
In the end is fucking like, I'm fucking ready
to sing with it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Like I'm spreading fucking COVID everywhere. Like in the end, it doesn't even matter.
One thing.
Like, don't know why. Oh my God. The one white guy and he slips in an N-word, like just like fucking because he like whenever he raps, that's just what happens.
There are two of them, and one of them does the finger to the mouth thing when the N-word comes, but the other one doesn't.
Hard R too, even though it's that's not making fun of Trump people. That's making fun of people who rap and insist on using the N-word when they're rapping.
Oh man,
I got friends. That's another thing that happens.
I got the N-word pass.
I got some of my best friends, dude. You're the real racist.
Oh man.
One thing I don't know why.
Let's get you a Netflix special.
Yeah.
Are you doing? I'm not asking because I think you should, but I want to know
Yeah.
if you have any plans to make any content based off of the voice dub Trump dub lady, her Netflix special.
She's doing a special.
I think it's out.
Is it?
Yeah. I know it's out, or it's been screeners are out or something, because I've seen Jack Allison retweeting it.
Because Twitter is hell and Jack Allison's the devil, and he's found his new plaything.
There's a clip, I guess, that they're putting.
He's gonna make somebody jump out a fucking window one day. I swear to God, he's too fucking good.
He's very powerful.
Good.
He's very powerful.
Too good.
There's some clip that they put out of her like doing a breaking news report, and it's an interview with the president, and then it's her on a golf course doing the voice, doing the lip syncing to Sarah Cooper. That's her name. Doing the voice lip syncing thing to clips of him saying weird stuff.
I don't know where you get a special out of it, but apparently she's also a stand-up. I'm sure the fact that we know her for this TikTok bit and not her stand-up is going to really be a good sign for how good her stand-up is. But and especially the fact that she just got signed to like a major agency like 3 months ago, and she already has a fucking Netflix special out.
Mm-hmm. And it's not
that's always a great sign.
And it's not a stand-up special, by the way. It's like a variety special, like skits. I think. Which is yeah, right.
Look,
weird, very weird. None of that shit makes any sense to me. Like
I will say this. I will never frown on anybody for fucking securing the bag. If she's getting the fucking money, get that money. That's fine.
It's flowing.
Yeah, if someone's gonna hand you money to fucking lip sync Donald Trump, then lip sync your ass to Donald Trump and take that cash. So I will not personally shit on that. I am flummoxed by where the let me just say this. Bemused chuckle is where I gave it when I saw it on TikTok. I will steadfastly say it deserves. I will not rescind my bemused chuckle. It was very, very well worth it. That being said,
I'm not gonna log into Netflix and fucking click to see minutes of that.
Like, again, Borat did it about as funny as you can do it. And Sacha Baron Cohen might be one of the funniest fucking people that have walked the earth in our modern era. I don't quite know where. Here's the one thing I will agree with Jack on when he fucking like shits on her is like, aren't you really just saying Donald Trump's a very funny person? Like, isn't that the whole bit that you're just promoting Trump?
It's the
like,
most
by saying
it's the most one-to-one translation of the idea of like, oh, comedy will be never better than under Trump. It's the most like direct of like, oh, and so we'll just play his words and they'll be. That's the joke. That's the
like,
entire
you
joke.
Fucking love this guy. You love him. You love him so much that you watch him and you're like, oh, I feel these strange feelings within me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel about Donald Trump. Liberals that laugh at that feel the same way about Donald Trump, the way that fucking Mike Pence feels about a homoerotic music video. Like you, there is just feelings within you that you can't explain, and yet you are drawn to it. Like there is just a element of like of moth to a flame for which like necessitates you watching somebody not even doing an impression. We went through that. That was year one.
Yeah.
We had the Trump show on fucking like
on Comedy Central.
On Comedy
right?
Central,
Yeah.
right? We've slogged through it piecemeal with fucking Alec Baldwin. No. We need it even closer. So here's a lady just fucking repeating the actual shit that he says.
Not even repeating, just actually playing clips, like literally just the
lip
voice
syncing
clips. And but what makes it parody, Justin, and I don't know if you noticed this, is that when she's doing that in the clip in the special, she is on the golf course and she's not doing golf very good. So, that's funny, haha. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And they've got like Natasha Lyonne like fucking directed that special. Fred Armisen is in it in some like I don't understand.
Well, you're not gonna. I mean, you could do Trump is the poopy man, and literally the only word in the 2.5-hour movie is Trump is the poopy man, and you would be able to find a Netflix deal and comedy, bankable comedy stars to come and be in it, to all say take their turn saying Trump is the poopy man.
To shift gears very quickly, and then maybe we should wrap it up here. I watched today the new Tim Heidecker special, which is on YouTube. An Evening with Tim Heidecker.
Is it good?
I think it's pretty good. I don't like there's like the last 15 minutes or so is like he has a guitar and it's like musical comedy because he like does song comedy stuff.
Yeah.
Which is, I think it's fine. I don't like that as much as spoken or stand up. But it's good. You know, that reminded me of this because there's a riff that he goes on at the end where because he mentions multiple times, oh, well, we're filming this. And so he plays into that and he retakes stuff. And there's just one extended bit where he starts a joke and he fucks up a word and he goes all the way back over and he starts telling the joke again and they start laughing at the not funny part. He says, no, you can't fucking laugh at that.
Yeah.
And it was a thing where it's like a couple minutes into that, I was like, there's like 20 minutes left in this special. If the next 20 minutes are just him trying to get a good cover of this line, that would be fucking like height, very, very bold height of comedy shit for me.
I mean, that's,
I don't know. Do you like any of the Heidecker or Tim and Eric stuff?
Oh yeah. I think sometimes less is more.
Mhm.
Like unless I'm very high, like it is definitely comedy that is aided by how high I am. If I am very high, I find it a lot funnier, than I do probably when I'm sober. But I'll tell you this: did you ever listen to the Auntie Donna episodes with the Werribee Zoo or
no? But I would love to.
You need to.
Actually,
Like, what have you heard their characters of the South African Sams?
No, I don't think I think they fell out of my rotation a little while ago.
Just all you need to know is that fucking Zach and Broden love playing these characters, the South African Sams, and just because they like doing this South African accent or whatever, and they love talking about the power of one, which I guess is some fucking famous South African movie where a young boy gets pissed on by bullies. And that's really all you need to know. I never knew about the power of one. I never knew that it was a popular thing in South Africa. But they literally just set up a thing about going to the Werribee Zoo, and they set up the fact that the South African Sams might be there, and then
that's it for
really
3
all
episodes.
you need to know.
Right.
3 fucking episodes, and it is like tantric. It is tantric how much they are trying to waste your time, and how much Mark is either playing along for the comedy or legitimately fucking annoyed that they won't move things along.
Didn't they do that again recently where they were like, hey, after 20 minutes of this, the podcast is over? Is that a similar thing?
No, that was a couple years ago. But they did one episode that was like, all their episodes, they try to keep it at a fairly tight fucking like 20 minutes. The episode was like fucking an hour long. Like, in fact, if you just literally like look through their podcast and find the one that's an hour long, it's literally just each of them getting frustrated because one of them won't stop, and one of them leaves the studio. And
okay, I'm gonna put that one up too, because I just love that. It was like my brother and me did that very recently too, where normally their whole setup is like they do an intro and then they do questions, right? They answer questions, email questions or Yahoo questions, and other little bits. But it was a few weeks ago, I guess. They start a bit, the intro's always like a bit or a gag or conceit or something, but then they do it the entire episode, and I think they even keep doing like, oh, and we'll start the show in a minute, but they keep it was a movie, right? I think they were talking about if anybody remembers, but they spend like an hour talking about some shitty old movie. and never bring it up. No, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a soft spot. The War with Grandpa. There you go. Spiral Shape and Matt Hag. The War with Grandpa, which is a recent film. But yeah, on My Brother and Me. So I have a soft spot for that.
Oh, if you like that, get the Warabizu shit. Like it is. And I don't know whether or not it's because I know them and it's funny because they feel like, friends or whatever, or it's just that funny to me. But like those things specifically were fucking like, I was just dying because also because they legitimately, like, even in person, they live to kind of push buttons and the envelope of like where a conversation can and should go. And so when they break each other, it is always the fucking best, specifically in that element of like, really, you're going to keep going. Like, I know you're very talented. We all work together. We fully understand the limits of our fucking talent. You're just going to keep doing the same fucking bit over and over and over again.
I love it. And it's just, it goes up and then it goes down for a long time and then it goes back up. There's something about that type of bit that I dig.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, episodes
204, 5, and
204
6.
through 206. Mark goes to the Werribee Zoo. Just the fucking tangents. I actually might just go back and listen to it. They're fucking really, really funny. Yeah. And what? They're on the week after their show debuts, right?
Right. It'll be on the 17th here in the U.S.
Perfect.
11/17. So about 3 weeks.
And wait, and also I saw today on Twitter, Melbourne can see each other again. So maybe we'll get them all in the same room.
Oh, I did not know that. Then maybe that would be great. That would certainly be great to do, because having fucking three more people only on Skype sucks.
Yeah, that would suck ass.
Well, cool. Well, great. Perfect. That's great stuff. All right. Well, we should go. This has been a nice long after talk. Good stuff, Justin.
There we go. I know. Yeah, we had said to have Brian puke himself up.
Twitch.tv/Night Attack, Twitch.tv/Justin R. Young, CombustionLive.com. Get those tickets for a show. Yeah, everybody. Have a good one.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.